Hello and welcome. My name is Alan and we are back with more members of the 118th Congress. Today we are looking at Representative Adrian Smith. He is the representative for the 3rd District of Nebraska, which is the majority of the state. If you know about Nebraska's districts, the others are right around Omaha, and so they're much, much smaller. This one is the majority of Nebraska. He is a Republican, and before he took office, he was preceded in office by Tom Osborne. Now, let's go ahead and look at who he is as an individual. He was born in Scottsbluff, Nebraska on December the 19th, 1970. Graduated from Goering High School in Goering, Nebraska in 1989. Earned a Bachelor of Science from the University of Nebraska in Lincoln, Nebraska in 1993. Has been a business owner, an education coordinator, member of the Goering, Nebraska City Council in 1994 to 1998, member of the Nebraska State Legislature 1999 to 2007, before being elected as a Republican to the 110th and 8 succeeding Congresses. So 9th term, year 18. Let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Ways and Means, of which he's on the Subcommittee on Health, the Subcommittee on Trade, and the Subcommittee on Work and Welfare. And he's on the Joint Committee on Taxation. Now let's go ahead and look at his top 5 industry donors over his career. At the top, insurance, who have donated $974,246. Next is health professionals, who have donated $763,677. Next is agricultural services and products, who have donated $612,810. Next is crop production and basic processing, who have donated $502,473. And fifth is commercial banks, who have donated $495,125. Now, let's look at his top 5 individual donors and contributors over his career. At the top, number 1, we have Club for Growth, 501c4 fiscally conservative organization active in the U.S. with an agenda focused on tax cuts and other economic policy issues. Its largest funders are billionaires Jeff Yass and Richard Uihlein. The club has 2 political arms: Club for Growth PAC, a traditional PAC, and Club for Growth Action, an independent expenditure-only committee or super PAC. According to its website, the Club for Growth policy goals include cutting income tax rates, repealing the estate tax, supporting limited government and a balanced budget amendment, entitlement reform, including Social Security reform, Medicare and Medicaid reform, tort reform, school choice, and deregulation. So, in other words, the typical big business Republican bullshit policies. Altogether, they have donated $235,386. And once again, that's Club for Growth. Next, at number 2, we have Union Pacific Group. The Union Pacific Group, or also Union Pacific Railroad, is a Class 1 freight hauling railroad that operates 8,300 locomotives over 32,200 miles and routes in the 23 U.S. states west of Chicago and New Orleans. Union Pacific is the second largest railroad in the U.S. after BNSF, with which it shares a duopoly on transcontinental freight rail lines in the western, midwestern, and west-south central U.S. It was founded in 1862, and the original Union Pacific Railroad was part of the first transcontinental railroad project, later known as the Overland Route. Over the next century, Union Pacific absorbed the Missouri Pacific Railroad, the Western Pacific Railroad, and the Missouri-Kansas-Texas Railroad, as well as the Chicago, Rock Island, and Pacific Railroad. In 1995, the Union Pacific merged with Chicago and Northwestern Transportation Company, completing its reach into the upper Midwest. In 1996, the company merged with Southern Pacific Transportation Group, itself a giant system that was absorbed by Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad. The Union Pacific Railroad Company is the principal operating company of the Union Pacific Corporation, which are both headquartered in Union Pacific Center in Omaha, Nebraska. Altogether, they have donated $106,400, and once again, that's the Union Pacific Corporation. Next, at number 3, we have American Bankers Association, and they are an American trade association for the U.S. banking industry that was founded in 1875. They lobby for banks of all sizes and bank charters, including community banks, regional and money center banks, federal savings associations, mutual savings banks, and trust companies. The average member bank has approximately $250 million in assets, and the ABA is the largest financial trade group in the United States. The group offers training, certification, news, research, advocacy, and community for bankers and members of the financial services in America. Altogether, it has donated $98,000, and once again, that's the American Bankers Association. Next, at number 4, we have the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. It is an American beef association and lobbying group working for American beef producers, that is famous for the slogan "Beef, it's what's for dinner." And the organization itself is headquartered in Centennial, Colorado, in the U.S. Altogether, it has donated $97,358, and once again, that's the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Next, at number 5, we have Hawkins Construction, and they are a construction company that began in 1922 under Kenneth and Earl Hawkins, when they were granted the construction contract for Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Altogether, they have donated $91,300, and once again, that's Hawkins Construction. Now, let's go ahead and look at the donors at a glance. Insurance, health professionals, okay. Agricultural services and products, okay. Crop production and basic processing, okay. Commercial banks, individually. Club for Growth, ooh. Union Pacific Corporation, American Bankers Association, okay. National Cattlemen's Beef Association, that's fine. Hawkins Construction, okay. But this has been a look at Representative Adrian Smith, who is the representative for the 3rd District of Nebraska. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone's going to tell you something you have trouble believing. Ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.